And I think that before I would have, this is me, before I would have noticed I'm thinking all the time. Because again, I don't think the
You don't
differential
notice.
has happened. So it hasn't happened. But I do think I'm not excited about things. I don't feel as connected to my buddies and my wife as I once did. I have no motivation. I feel like I'm on a hamster wheel. It never changes. Stage one. And stage two, shit really gets serious. Hopelessness, isolation, meaninglessness. And then we're like, oh, fuck. And we're panicky. And then we're thinking all the time. All the time. This whole time we've just been thinking about, where is it coming from is, I think, an appropriate way that you said. And so, you back?
I'm getting Google
So,
tomorrow.
let's see, 12.
I'm getting Google tomorrow.
Um,
Sorry.
what I was saying is, so the stages, you start with the first,
You
disconnection, all
have
that
to
shit.
start. Yeah, yeah.
And then you're like, oh, fucking, my life's falling apart. And you're like, how did I even get here? And you've been on the hamster wheel. Meanwhile, they've been unplugging you from yourself, or plugging things in so you're not in tune with yourself. This is not the thought processes that Jason and I talk about a lot of times are not necessarily conducive to showing up to a factory every morning. They could be. You can totally be happy and show up to a factory every morning. So if you're showing up to a factory every morning and you're hearing this, we're not trying to discourage you, but the thoughts that we're talking about are going to go deeper, and you're going to be searching for more meaning and purpose and things like that, where showing up and giving everything you've got to somebody else for them to make more money just isn't really in line with what you're going to be thinking and part of the process. So I say that to say we've been pushed away from what we're talking about for a very there was a purpose, and the purpose remains. And we've talked about it in other episodes, but my fear is that, to your point, that it's such it's kind of silent, and then it starts showing up in these ways, and then you start the thinking and the overthinking, and then the repetitive, and where we're stuck in these cycles, and the brain's going to places we can't even reason, and all the while we just think we're getting up and going to work. I'm doing what I've been told to do. That's what my dad told me to do. That's what my mom told me to do. That's what I watched happen, whatever. And now I feel this way. And to your point, people will begin to identify themselves with some of the feelings they've learned about. And so there's no slowing down to just feel the shit. And then, what label do I want to give that? And I think that's the big deal that's going to go with this, is this being the episode. If you're having these feelings of distance and isolation and all this negative shit that you don't want to feel, the bottom line is you got to slow down and start to feel it. And then we can start with the awareness and the identification, and then how healthy responses to it, and then how to process out of it. But as long as you're going 100 miles an hour, or even 55, and not slowing the fuck down, then you're just going to keep seeing the negative results of not doing it.